Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for this video, I'm going to be running through a first impressions of two different face products. The first one is the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation SPF 20 Brightening Complex Foundation. So this is what the packaging on this looks like right there. And then I'm also doing a first impressions on the Milani Retouch and Erase Light Lifting Concealer. So this is what that packaging looks like. So I had a lot of fun trying out these new products. I really hope that you enjoy this video. If you do, please give it a big thumbs up for me. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. So since I am trying out a new foundation today, I'm going in with a face primer that I know really works well for my skin. So this is the Tarte Poreless Mattifying Primer. This is what it looks like. I love the packaging. I think it's really cute. And this is my favorite poreless primer that I've ever tried. I was using the NYX Angel Veil primer for a long time, but this one doesn't break out my skin and it fills in all of my pores. So I'm just going to put it in my T-zone area where I tend to have the largest pores, and then slowly blend it in and work its way out. If you do have oily skin, I really recommend this primer because it's going to make your foundation last a lot longer and it's going to go on really smooth and give a nice base without having it slip and slide around. So that's just something to keep in mind. All right, so this is what the bottle looks like of the foundation I'm going to be trying today. It is the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. It does have SPF 20 in it, and it's also a brightening complex. So they advertise it as for all skin types. So as I try it, I will let you know kind of what I think about that, because I do have a, what's the word? Oh my God. Combination skin. Oh my God, there it is. So some areas I do have more oiliness and then others I am more dry. So it does come out in like this giant doe foot applicator, which I think is really cool. Obviously you want to make sure that you just washed your face and it's nice and clean, so you don't spread any bacteria, but I'm just going to apply this onto my face and it looks to be so far a really good match. Hopefully it blends out nice. And I'll also let you know how it oxidizes as I do my makeup. I have no idea like how much I'm supposed to be using because I just don't know. It does have a little bit of a perfumey scent, but it's not crazy. Like the Sonia Kashuk Satin Matte Foundation, if you guys have tried that, that one is like fairly strong. This one is not quite that strong. So I'm going to be using my Makeup Geek Flat Top Kabuki brush to buff this out. I always like to test foundations with applicators that I know really work well, and this one works really well. And I also love my beauty sponge, so anytime I'm trying a new product, I don't switch up too many things, so I really know, is it the product I'm trying out or is it something else? So we'll see how this goes. All right, so it's blending out really well, actually. On the bottle, it didn't say like full coverage or medium or light or anything like that. So I don't know like what it's claiming to be. I'd say at first glance, it looks to be like a medium coverage. So let's see if we can build it up. But dang, that blends out well. Like, you know how sometimes whenever you use the Flat Top Kabuki, it leaves like streaks on your face? For some reason with this foundation, it is not doing that. So I'm going to apply a little bit more in this area, because this is where I get a lot of redness, and then my forehead and chin. Wow. Okay, so like first impression, I'm liking it so far. Definitely not mad about it. Oh my God, what is this doing to my skin? It's like soaking into it. It's so weird. It like, I put it on and then it disappears. Like, it doesn't even look like I'm wearing foundation. And I'll do a close-up for you guys in just a minute. What is happening? This is like the sneakiest foundation I've ever worn. It doesn't even... Do you guys see that? Like, I'm literally blending and it just seeps into my skin. This is the weirdest thing, but it evens out my complexion really well. Okay. I'm going to zoom you guys in now so you can see. Do you guys see that? Like, I can definitely see the brightening complex for sure. It's not dewy, it's brightening. Like, in person, it doesn't look wet. It looks like radiant and dewy. But you guys, like, I can't see any lines from my brush. Like, this is some Houdini shit going on over here. Like, what is happening? This is the most flawless coverage foundation I've ever seen in my life. Like, it literally looks like my skin. That is so weird. Okay, I'm like amazed right now. I'll zoom you guys back out. Okay, well, first impression is, holy shit, I effing love it. Like, for real though. Like, there's nothing to blend out. It's perfect. This is so weird. Okay. So that was, again, the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. And first impression, I freaking love it. So I have another first impression, and this one is the Milani Retouch and Retouch and Erase Light Lifting Concealer. This is what the packaging looks like, if it'll focus. So it's a really cute little squeeze tube bottle, and then the applicator is like this little sponge to where you squeeze it into like that. So we'll see how this goes. Ooh, okay, well, it comes out for sure. Okay, okay. Well, it's definitely yellow for sure. This one is in the shade O2 Light. I'm gonna use it to conceal my... What is happening? Okay. This is weird. Well, now I know. I remember when I saw Kathleen Lights talk about it, like, she was not about the applicator, and now I completely understand why. Because it's just like weird. Like, it does nothing to help the process of applying it to your face. And then I'm going to use this tiny little sponge. It's really cool because it has like a flat top right there, and like this little handle area, and then this side's flat as well. So here we go. Well, this is blending in really well. I like this little sponge. Okay, so it's definitely more yellow for sure. Like, you guys can see that. It's definitely not a neutral shade, so keep that in mind whenever you are picking up your shade. If you decide to get this concealer, it pulls yellow a lot. So even, I would say, even if it says neutral, it's going to pull more yellow for sure, because this is like really yellow. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my makeup, and then I will end the video with letting you know what my true first impressions are once everything kind of sets and settles down, and I can tell you exactly what it's looking like. Okay, so overall, first impressions of this foundation is that it is gorgeous. Like, I am obsessed with this foundation right off the bat. Whenever I was applying it, it really just sank into my skin, and not in a bad way. I did use a flat top kabuki brush, and normally you have a little bit of streaks with a brush, and there were no streaks. So I have no idea what is in this foundation, but it is absolutely amazing. It does give that really flawless and natural looking coverage. It does have a little bit of a brightening effect, but it's not wet or dewy or sticky, if that makes any sense at all. It's almost like a highlighting effect, to where it's like almost like a natural finish, but at the same time it brightens up your skin. So I have no idea how they can accomplish that without having a really wet, dewy formula, but they did. And I do have a bunch of powder, well, besides my highlight, but a bunch of powder all over my face, and it really set nicely. The powder didn't break up the foundation, which tends to happen sometimes with more cheap foundations, but this one was absolutely gorgeous. I also love the bottle. I think it's very luxurious, very sleek and beautiful. I think this was $19 at the drugstore, which definitely is more of the high-end price point for a drugstore foundation. But honestly, you guys, like, I love this foundation. Like, it is worth every single penny to me. And also, I love the fact that it has that doe foot applicator. It made it really easy. I do like pumps, but this one was also really easy to use, so I love that. Moving on to the Milani Retouch and Erase Concealer. The concealer is setting pretty nice. It reminds me a lot of the NYX HD concealer and the kind of coverage that it gives. So it's not going to be like Tarte Shape Tape level coverage, but it does give a really nice coverage. I don't like the applicator on this just because it feels weird and it's easy to use more product than you need to. You don't really have a lot of control with the squeeze tube and like the little felt tip thing, like ball thing. I don't know, so I'm not a huge fan of that, but the actual product looks really nice. It did crease a tiny little bit underneath this eye over here, but that might have been because I didn't set it quickly enough with the powder. I always set my under eye concealer just because that's what I have to do personally, but the coverage is really nice. It's beautiful. It definitely runs more yellow. So if that's something that you aren't a huge fan of, this concealer definitely does run more yellow, but it's not going to be like, holy shit, you have yellow on your face sort of thing once you blend it out and put your powder on and things like that. So I like this a lot. I will see how I like it as I continue to use it, but this foundation is an instant love. Like, I'm obsessed with this thing. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. I have I have so much fun doing first impression videos for you guys. Let me know if you've tried either one of these products down below in the comments, because I love to chat with y'all, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon.